Advocate, I want to spend some time on the Vrede Dairy issue and the report that you did on that. You said the original complaint was about administration issues and financial mismanagement. What's the difference between financial mismanagement and corruption, in your view?
Financial mismanagement, I mean, it dwells much on the issues of violating the provisions of the PFMA,
Yes.
Public Finance Management Act, how the accounting officer has dealt with procurement irregularities in that particular transaction.
Does that not put you in a very limited frame? Because surely you're coming across repeatedly as you deal with abuse of public money, that the political influencing of administrative officials is at the heart of things. In other words, DG say, I did it because I was told I had to. Town managers say, I did that because I was put under pressure by my political principles. Can you work with such a narrow definition of, let's call it abuse, on a case of that nature?
You know, let me put this clear to you, John, that that investigation, when I joined the office, already it was finalized in 2015.
Yes.
That narrow view was done by then. And if after arriving, sending a Section 79 notice to that HOD, to the Premier, and to the MEC, if the DG said to me, I was forced to do the following.
Yes.
Definitely, that was going to be raising a different outcome to the investigation. So there was no way where when the HOD was responding, indicating that. In fact, on all our investigations, I mean, like the Mandela funeral issue.
Yes.
The HOD as well, I mean, she should have clearly said possibly the following political interference took place. But she didn't do that. She only focused on what her responsibilities were as far as that is concerned, which were contrary to the PFMA.
Is there nothing in your operating rules or in the Act that says, okay, an investigation was framed in this way, but in the light of new evidence, I'm pulling it sideways or I'm moving it in that direction?
You know, that will require, if then there's new evidence, because you've already issued the Section 79s.
Yes.
The Section 79 notice is the final stage
yes.
of the investigation. If you pick up something like that at that particular stage, especially from the people who have responded, then you can go further and investigate that matter. But then in this particular one, there was never a stage where there was new information which came forth during the process of the finalization of the investigation.
How do you define new information? Does it have to be from an official source? Because most people watching this show will know that there was an absolute flood of information. You'll know it by its colloquial name, the Gupta leaks, which was not just rumor mongering, but there were documents, there were bank statements, there were paper trails. I know you've described it as unverified information, but did you ever say to anybody, ask those people to come here and share with us what they have? We'll decide quickly whether it's rumor mongering or whether there's some meat in the bone.
Yeah, John, again, the investigation was at the stage where it was complete, firstly.
Yes.
During the Gupta leaks process, Outer delivered the documents to the institution, and on checking the documents, there was information relating to that particular Vrede Dairy matter, but then it was not part of the investigation of the Free State Public Protector Office. And that information, when it was brought to the fore, in fact, it was just information delivered to the institution.
Yes.
Remember, again, it was an issue of verification of when you say the information was there, documents were delivered, the credibility of that particular information, well, it was information which is there. It should be tested again to verify whether this email was sent by this particular email. There was no bank statements on whatever documents which were there,
yes.
but it was just email communication and whatever information is there. But again, coming to the
Did you go
issues,
through this stuff personally?
Yes, I checked that, and then I sent it to Free State, and I said, if we need to get any information, let's request that particular information. But it was clear that what we've investigated was the conduct per the complaint which was lodged by the DA. And I must indicate further that that particular information, I mean, you've seen currently with the Bloemfontein High Court, the way they've pronounced on that particular issue. It needed, because on the Freedom matter, the Treasury already did a very detailed investigation, especially the value for money of that particular transaction. Then the Public Protector went further into the issues of maladministration and the abuse of state resources. And there was no way in the investigation where there was issues of politicians interfering in the running of that particular project. But I must say, John, that matter now, since appearing at the Portfolio Committee and the Portfolio Committee requesting specifically now to focus on the politicians, that's what I'll be doing. And that matter is a subject of judicial review.
Public Protector, I'm going to finish by offering you 3 wishes. What's your wish for our country?
Where everyone will be equal, everyone will be economically empowered, and where everyone will be, especially where we would have no violence, especially against women and children.
What's your wish for your office, for the Office of the Public Protector?
The Public Protector to be an office which will be conducting very strategic, own initiative investigations, which can bring the livelihood of this democracy which we're having, and where we will have every South African being able to deal with their own complaints, and we are focusing only on very systemic issues.
Finally, Advocate Mkhwebane, what's your wish for yourself?
I wish for myself, for God to give me strength to continue doing the work and serving the South Africans, as I've promised that I will serve them with my might and to bring equality to everyone.
Public Protector, many thanks for giving us your time on Under the Skin today.
Thank you so much, John.